as their new offensive coordinator. He takes over for Kevin Patullo. He's 33 years old, very young, but he obviously is highly thought of. In 2023, he was playing quarterback with the Vikings and Seahawks, and now at the age of 33, he's the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. He follows a long line of play callers that Jalen Hurts has worked with. Last year, Kevin Patullo. This year, it'll be Sean Mannion. There's been a constant source of turnover there at the offensive coordinator position for the Philadelphia Eagles. The latest version will be Sean Mannion, the Packers quarterbacks coach, who now comes in and takes over as the Eagles play caller.
Former third-round pick out of Oregon State. Eagles currently tied for the fourth best odds to win next year's Super Bowl at 13. We're back. 3 NFL franchises introducing new head coaches today. In Tennessee, Robert Saleh took the podium after a very successful run as defensive coordinator with the Niners. Saleh has previous head coaching experience with the Jets.
Fast and violent, man. Play in and play out. We're going to play with speed. We're going to play confident. We're going to have some swag. Talk a little, but I want them to show who they are, play in and play out. And like I said, the one thing that you'll notice is the speed at which we play and the violence at which we do it.
Well, the NFL's coaching carousel is not entirely finished spinning. Wednesday's move by the Browns to hire Todd Monken leaves 2 remaining vacancies, both in the desert. Whoever the Raiders hire will be their 15th head coach since 2000. That includes interims. And that is not surprisingly the most in the NFL over that span. Senior NFL insider Adam Schefter joins us now. Adam, you get this deep into the offseason without a hire. Presumably, it's because you're eyeing someone who's still coaching. Give us a candidate both the Cards and Raiders are looking at.
Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator. And I think there's a reason that we're now this far into the head coaching hiring cycle, and neither team, the Raiders nor the Cardinals, has hired a new head coach yet. Clearly, both are interested, highly interested, in the Seahawks offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, who's getting ready for Super Bowl 60 against the New England Patriots. Clearly, he is in line to get one of these jobs. One of these teams looks like it's now going to be able to pluck him off the Seahawks staff, and the other team will make its own hire. But it looks like one of these 2 jobs will be ticketed for the Seahawks offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak.
A lot of experience as an offensive coordinator. Dad Gary won a Super Bowl as head coach of the Broncos. And then, Adam, you've got some breaking news. What is it?
Moments ago, the Philadelphia Eagles hired the Green Bay Packers quarterbacks.
Following what's now been a quarter century of dominance, it's safe to say Patriots legends cast a long shadow. Tom Brady, of course, looms largest. Bill Belichick as well. Even current head coach Mike Vrabel has secured a spot in the pantheon of New England greats. And then there's Drake May. Just 2 years into his NFL career, it's far too early to put him in that category. But the early returns suggest that day might one day come. May sat down with another Patriot legend, Teddy Bruschi, to discuss his journey.
48-yard field goal attempt. Kick is on the way. And the game is over. And the Patriots are Super Bowl champions. The Patriots are Super Bowl champions.
We win our first Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And there's this young woman that comes up to me, and she says to me, Teddy, my grandfather wanted me to tell you thank you. And we had won a championship, and I'm like, all right, yeah, ma'am, tell him I said, you know, well, you're welcome. It was our pleasure. She said, no. She said, no. My grandfather told me to tell you he can now die a happy man.
Wow.
Are you starting to feel that type of connection with the fans, and do you have impactful interactions that you can share so far?
I think one of the coolest things about being up here is the fan base. You know, I grew up in Charlotte, and I grew up a Panthers fan, and they obviously had the Hornets. And
no disrespect, but it's a little different.
It's a different world now up here. It's a different world, and I think that's kind of one of the first things I noticed. Just about, you know, it's all four sports too. That's the coolest thing about New England and Boston area. Bruins, the Celtics, the Red Sox, they love some sports, and I think it's kind of what you guys built, you helped build. You know, I think winning, you know, came with the kind of expectation of, you know, the fan base and their level, and you kind of say, hey, the fans around here kind of wait for the playoffs to kind of get loud and get this stadium rocking.
Coming here as a rookie from Arizona, out from California, I didn't even know where this was.
Yeah.
I mean, my girlfriend, who's my wife now, and I told her I got drafted by the Patriots, and she was like, "Where's that?"
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so
exactly.
being here now and going through my career and seeing you guys succeed has been a really joy in my life.
Oh no, thank you, Teddy. Shoot, you guys set the expectation, and you set the forefront for what we're trying to get back to. And I think Coach Vrabel, he appreciates all the legends and the greats that come back and spend time, come out to practice. And I know that that's what we're trying to get to, and compete for championships is the last goal that he wanted to do.
Fires for Diggs, touchdown! Pulls it in, touchdown! Patriots!
We're back on the road. Let's go get another one, man. Pass on me. Pass on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pass.
For my career, I'm going to leave it all out there and have no regrets. And I think that's what I'm just trying to live up to.
I'm doing all right so far, kid.
Yeah, I got to keep going, no doubt.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate your time.
Simply an incredible turnaround for Drake May and the Patriots. After going just 4-13 his rookie year, May's won 17 games this season, including the playoffs. That's the most wins by any quarterback in their first. It is a new era in Buffalo. The Bills introduced head coach Joe Brady today. He's simply moving down the hall at one Bills drive. He was already the offensive coordinator. He replaces Sean McDermott. And both he and the face of the franchise, Josh Allen, spoke about the opportunity.
One thing that the guys know about me, and it might be from espresso, it might be from Gatorade Fast Twitches, but I'm going to bring the energy every single day. And I believe people are going to feed off of that. I truly believe in being the temperature, right? I'm the weather, and they're going to feel it every single day. They got to play Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, not the other way around. And it does not matter the day of the week, the time of the day. Is it outside? Is it inside? What's the weather? Just put the damn ball down. Let's go play. All right, and that's going to be the mentality that we play with. That's Buffalo.
I'm very looking forward to Joe and everything that entails with him becoming the head coach and guys getting behind him and rallying behind him and understanding his vision, because I do believe in it. And whatever Joe needs from me, I'm going to do, and I think that it's the right decision for this organization.
NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky joins us now. All right, Dan, so with Joe Brady, they maintain a thread of consistency for a franchise that is very, very close. Yeah. So what's the first order of business for Brady?
Well, I think just listening to Joe Brady talk and then hearing Josh Allen reply, it feels like aggression. This is going to now be a football team and an organization that is an aggressive one. They've won a ton of games. You and I talk about it. They've been very good. They haven't necessarily been an aggressive football team, though. They've been a little bit more of a let other teams lose it type of situation. And so I think that to change the identity to try to make that final step is good. For Joe Brady, be yourself. Obviously, this offense and the track record that he's had is going to do wonders. Who's the defensive coordinator hire for me is a really big one, not only because obviously that role is a big one, but this is his first time in this role. So I would love for them to have a defensive coordinator that's, one, good at the job, two, has experience as a head coach. I don't care what the level is, college or the NFL, because when it hits the fan and those valleys present and you lose 3 games in a row, you just want someone there that can kind of has the experience that we've weathered this storm before. I think that's going to be a very important hire for Joe Brady.
Another mentor in the room to help navigate the landmines in the NFL. The Bills currently the AFC team with the best odds to win Super Bowl 61 at 11-1. The second best odds belong to Baltimore, who hired Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter Wednesday. Minter worked for Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers as well as at Michigan, started his NFL career as a defensive assistant under the man he's replacing, John Harbaugh, and spoke today.
But Lamar, I just look forward to connecting with him, helping him become the best version of himself, creating a team identity that allows him to thrive, which he's already, proven to be an elite, one of the best player in the National Football League, and put a team around him that allows him to reach that ultimate goal of bringing a Super Bowl back to Baltimore.
Defensive coach who gets a multi-time MVP quarterback in Lamar Jackson. So, Dan, what's the priority right now for Jesse Minter?
Who's going to run the offense? Offensive coordinator hire. And It's one, this is a really interesting situation because you're sitting there going, there's still so many pieces on this football team, and he's a defensive head coach, so I would think that he's got a really good understanding of, I don't like going against these coaches. I don't like going against these certain offenses. These are the ones that they're most difficult to handle, prepare for, adjust with. And then you want to sit there and go, for me, I would go, I want a coach that comes from that Shanahan-McVay type of tree. So Shieldhouse, Declan Doyle, Sean Mannion. Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. Jesse Minter said it, one of the great talents in the NFL. There's not a specific scheme that he has to be in. But I do know this. That scheme that I was referencing, that Shanahan-McVay one, it elevates. It always, no matter where the coaches have been. It makes the offensive line better. It makes the running backs better. It makes the receivers better. And it makes the quarterbacks better. So I'm sitting here going, if you're Baltimore, why wouldn't Jesse Minter, why would you not want to hire a coach from that tree? Because you're telling me that we can get a better version of Lamar in this offense with his defensive prowess? Baltimore wouldn't skip a beat.
Sharpen the offensive side of the football. Lamar Jackson, 6-7 as a starter, his first losing record in 8 seasons with the Ravens. Dan's coming back in